welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the week 14, April the 4th through April the 10th weekly wrap up. Okay, as I said, it's a wrap up. Can you guys tell? I don't have an eye patch on, right? So I have been living without the eye patch for probably about 5 days now. It was like the beginning of the week that I stopped wearing it because it was starting to strain my other eye. That ended up having some doctor's appointments. Pretty much finding out that they have no clue what's going on and they don't know how to fix me. But of course, you know, they want to make sure that I'm watching my diet, cutting out those white foods, and keeping my sugar down. Yeah. And then my baby boy became a teenager this week. Let me just say, I am, I'm happy, but at the same time, it's like, I don't have a baby anymore. I really don't have a baby anymore. I have a teenager. It's crazy. So his birthday was on Friday, and then yesterday we took him out and about to places that he wanted to go. So there is this fabulous, amazing, like, fast food restaurant. Whatever. Yeah, I know I just said that I'm supposed to be watching my diet, but no. I guess that's a subject for a different, you know, whatchamacallit, when it comes to diet and health and all that other stuff. But anyways, went to this amazing, like, place called The Cookout, right? And they sell really amazing, like, backyard barbecue type foods with that flavoring and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yes, yes. And then we went to the comic book store. I stopped at the tea shop that's down there, and lo and behold, this place that he likes to go, or these places that he likes to go, is like an hour away from us. So we had to drive down there after swim practice. Ooh, was that a bad idea, you guys? Oh my goodness. So I'm unpatched. Instagram is finally, like, allowing me to, you know, do things back on it on Saturday and yesterday. And so we're driving down there. Yeah, I thought I was going to do some reading because, you know, I'm not driving, but I could still listen to a book. No, that movement of the car was not fun at all. And I don't foresee myself trying to get behind the wheel anytime soon. I went and had my nails fixed because two of them had cracks in them last week. And I ended up driving myself because I was like, I don't have to wear a patch. My sight's pretty good, you know, I can do that. Yeah, short drive, maybe I could do that. But a long drive, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And I am feeling it today. I am recording this like super, super late. But yeah, that's what's going on. So there's that. Let's get into the books that I read last week. These are all sort of like out of order, because I had some secret projects that I had to read, that aren't going to be on this list, that you'll probably never really hear about, or anything like that. They're not going into my counts for the end of the year or anything. But so these books are really out of order. I wrote them in my journal, and then I skipped around in them. Why am I telling you all this? Let's just get to the book. So first one I'm going to talk about is Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. I place this in contemporary. I give this book 5 stars. I give it 4 Steam fans. I had this as an ARC, but I didn't get around to reading it before it actually released. So I purchased the audiobook, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is absolutely amazing. This is the 3rd Brown sister, and she is the youngest of the Brown sisters. She is kind of known as being flighty and not really knowing what she wants to do with her life, and is just all over the place. Well, when her parents kind of tell her that they're not going to cut her off, but they're going to extend her inheritance and her allowance and things like that she receives, she ends up going to take a drive and comes across this B&B where there is a guy named Jacob, and he is the B&B owner. He's very just wants things done in a sort of kind of way. We learn that there is autism spectrum discussion within this story. We learn that there is child neglect discussion within this book. Eve ends up running over Jacob in a happenstance accident, which now means that Eve has to stay at the B&B to help Jacob out. They have an attraction to each other, and all I have to do is say chapter 14, and anyone that has read this book will understand and completely know what I'm talking about. And my advice is that if you can listen to it as an audiobook, chapter 14 is just that much spicier. Just, oh my God. Woo! So hot. It is so hot. I didn't really have a favorite of the Brown sisters. I enjoyed Chloe. I enjoyed Danny, but I would probably have to say that I love Eve. And out of the sisters, I think those are the ones that I enjoy. She's the one that I would probably reread this book over and over again. I like the grovel scene from Danny's book, but man, just from page 1 of Eve's book, I was hooked. I was here for it. I was just, yes. So many yeses. And I actually ended up seeing a interview by Reese Ryan and Talia Hibbert. So if you are interested in that interview, go check over on YouTube on Reese Ryan's channel. And she does an interview with Talia, and we are going to get a spinoff of the family that is mentioned in Eve's book. So super excited about that. I can't wait. They sound like really, really interesting characters. Next book that I finished was Hunting a Killer, which is Tactical Crime Division, I believe. Shoot, where is it? Yeah, Tactical Crime Division, Traverse City by Nicole Helm. I place this in romantic suspense. Give this one 4.25 stars. Give it 1.5 Steam fans. Was not really on the steamy side. So listen to this book as an audiobook. I actually had it sent to me from the Harlequin Desire team. Super excited about that. So I do have a copy of it. I know I've showed it on the channel before, but finally got a chance to read this. This is the 4th book in the series, written by all different authors. But this one deals with Serena, who is the canine handler, and Axel, who is the sort of assistant director for the team, and they have to solve a mystery. And there's lots of canine talk that goes along with it, and some family things that are tied up in it, and you get to see the dynamic between Serena and her sister Opaline, who is also a member of the team. So that was lots of fun. Next, I'm going to talk about Replay, which is a Harris Brothers spin-off book. It is the 3rd spin-off book by Amy Daws. I place this in a romantic comedy. I give this book 5 stars. It is fucking amazing. It is so good. Give it 4.25 Steam fans. It's quite spicy. Yes, in true Amy fashion. Loved it. I had this as an ARC. It has been released, so you guys can go out and read it. I started reading it when I first got it, and then it just takes me a little bit longer because of ARCs, because it was an ARC, and I absolutely love this. So this deals with Tilly, who is Mac's sister. Now, I will say, before I get into the real deep dive of it, I will say, if you have not read Blindsided by Amy, then you're not going to know who Mac is, and you're not going to understand Mac's gruffness within this book. So I definitely think that you should read Blindsided before you read Replayed or Replay. You don't have to. It can definitely stand as a standalone, but you're not going to like Mac, and you're not going to understand Mac and his gruffness and his grumpy need to be protective and things like that. And then you'll probably won't know anything about Freya either. That's kind of a spoiler of Mac and Freya to understand their dynamic and everything like that. So definitely read Blindside first, and then read Replay, because Tilly is absolutely amazing. She is hardcore. She was a party girl, and then she moved back to Scotland. Now she's moving back to London to help out Freya and Mac, because Freya is pregnant, and she runs into someone from her past, which is Santino, and he is the Bethnal Green football team's lawyer, and she ends up getting help from him because her and Freya are doing some contracts and things like that, and you get to hear their backstory, how they met 5 years ago and what they're up to now. And it's so good. It was just so good. I laughed, I cried a little, and I was just here for this story. It's so heartbreaking and just touching, and just, I really enjoyed it. I will say that there may be some content warnings for miscarriage, pregnancy issues, rape, or discussion of rape, partying, alcoholism, and sobriety. So if some of those things are triggers for you, I would tread lightly with it. Amy does, in my opinion, does an amazing job at discussing the things that are going on with those topics. But I would hate for someone to go into this thinking it's complete rainbows and sunshine, because there are those underlining things that are discussed and talked about within the story. Next, we have Sacrifice to the Dragon, which is Stonefire Dragons #1 by Jessie Donovan. I place this in Paranormal Romance. I give it 4.25 stars. I gave it 4 Steam fans. I listened to this as an audiobook. I needed something to read that was just nonsensical, that was a dragon. I saw this cover and was like, I want to read it. It's talking about dragons. I did a little research, and this is the first series from Jessie, and then there are like 3 other series that kind of spin off from this one. I completely understand that. In this first book, we meet Melanie, who we are in a post-apocalyptic world where dragons are now into society, and they are trying to maintain their groups, and there is a sort of way that you can they were found out. That's what it is. They were found out, and their blood can heal and help people and things like that. So women, if you're compatible with the dragon, you are able to sacrifice yourself to become one of their clansmen and produce babies for them. Then you can decide if you want to leave the baby, or you can, possibly stay with them. In this, Melanie and Tristan come together. Melanie is Tristan's sacrifice, and he takes her under his wing. And if you are not into the fated mates sort of situation that goes on, then this may not be the book for you. I did look at some of the reviews and things like that, and was like, hey, you must not have known what you were going into when you tried to read this book, because it was like everything that I wanted, all wrapped up in a bow. Aggressive alpha dragons and possessiveness, and Melanie was not a weak woman. She is an anthropologist, and she's like, look, I know what I signed up for. This is what I signed up for. Hopefully, you're going to accept me for that. And that was one of the turn-ons for Tristan. And I was just like, yes. And I can't wait to get to the rest of the series, and then the spin-off series and everything like that. I think it's going to be the perfect, little num-num that I need. That's all I can say, is that it's a num-num. I loved it. Next, lastly, we have Roommaid. And this is by Sarah Wilson. I place this in contemporary loosely, I guess. I give it 2 stars. I give it 0 Steam fans. Didn't really find this spice to it at all whatsoever. And from what I understand, it's a clean romance anyway, so I wasn't gonna find it. So we have Madison, who is cut off from her rich parents, and oh my gosh, all because I want to become a teacher, so I'm cut off. And then her aunt finds her this well-to-do guy named Tyler who needs someone to take care of his dog, his rescue dog, because he's away from work, but the rescue dog can't be put in in kennels and things like that for long periods because they get skittish and they've had abusive previous owners, things like that. So he hires and allows Madison to live with him so that she can have a place to stay, but the caveat to it is that she has to clean his house. All I know is that she put chocolate milk into a macaroni and cheese mix because she didn't have any regular milk, and then decided to eat it. Yeah, no, this wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. It was very like privileged and just not my cup of tea whatsoever. Okay, so on to what I am currently reading. I am currently reading the soon to be released book by Meghan Quinn, Earn Your Credit, I believe it's called. Then I am also reading the 5 Salvation Society books that I hinted at before, and I will be diving into them. I had wanted to dive into them all last week, but with some of my secret projects, I didn't have the time to read them, unfortunately, but I will be reading them. They are available now for you guys to go out and purchase. I have already gotten mine, so you need to go get yours. And I will also be reading, there is one other book. Oh, the second book in the Stone Fire Dragon series by Jessie Donovan, which is Seducing the Dragon. Yes. I've already started it, and I'm like, mwah, yes, give it to me. So that is what I read last week and what I am currently reading. Let me know down in our comment section if you have heard of any of these books, if any of them sound interesting to you. Let's talk about them. Let's discuss them. How are you guys liking the Veda? We can talk about that as well. I am definitely thinking about, like, in future months down the road, releasing some of the videos that weren't released. I don't know. I haven't really decided. I do know that you guys aren't watching them, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, there's that. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. All the stuff is down there. You guys know the drill. I will leave a list of the books down in our comment section, or in our description area, not on the YouTube video. But thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in a video tomorrow, if not 2 or 3. Yeah. Bye, guys.